வணக்கம் எல்லாருக்கும். உங்களுக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சொல்ல வேண்டியது என் மனமார்ந்த நன்றி. உங்களோட அன்புக்கு எங்க போனாலும் the love and respect I have it. I'm not very sure if I deserve it or earn it. அது எல்லாத்துக்கும் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நன்றி. Coming back to you. So this is Matthew with me. New Roots, it's a different entity from the law offices of Mary Kennedy. So New Roots, what is all about? It's about the EB-5 investment visas. So how many of us golden visa ku ready ஆயிட்டோமா? $5 million இருந்தா இதுக்காக நம்ம இங்க இருக்க போறோம். அப்படி இல்ல, that's for a different purpose. And many of you, I know when we talk about it, EB-5, the entry of me into EB-5, not as an immigration attorney itself, is when I came across someone who I was supporting with to help them out, to explore the options, and to educate, especially our community, more about what is the opportunity that's there available and the only visa that is current for the Indian nationals. So along with me, as I said, is Matthew, who is the co-founder for New Roots EB-5. And Matthew, you can introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. My name is Matthew Kadakadath. I'm one of the co-founders of New Roots EB-5 Fund. So as Mrs. Kennedy was saying, EB-5 is the fastest way to secure your American residency. It is an investment visa, so you'll be investing $800,000, but you could start with as low as $200,000 into the project, and then you could bring a lot of different sources of funds into the project. So you could use a Roth IRA, a 401k, you could use a HELOC. You could also bring money from India or the Middle East and then invest it into the project as well.
And Matthew, can you just explain a little bit more about what's prior RIA and then after RIA, as well as what's the myth that is associated with an EB-5?
Yeah. So pre-RIA, which is the Reform and Integrity Act, that was passed in 2022. So that's what reauthorized EB-5 in 2022. Prior to that, the investment amount was $500,000, and there wasn't any scrutiny on how the money was being used. So there was a lot of bad actors in the space. But after 2022, the investment amount is $800,000, and your money is protected by a fund administrator. So that fund administrator is a third party that makes sure that the money is going into the project, and every single dollar has to be accounted for and signed off by that third party. And so one of the myths is when you invest in EB-5, you won't be getting your money back. But after 2022, there's so much regulation that we have to follow. More than 97% of people actually get their green card approved through the EB-5 Regional Center investment, which is why it's one of the safest and quickest ways to get your American residency. And then also, depending on the project, one of the best ways to get your capital back as well, too.
Thank you. And coming back to New Roots, and what's the rural project that's associated with?
Yeah, so we have a rural project in the Dallas area. We started our EB-5 journey about 6 months ago. And so we had the ambition of raising 13 EB-5 investors. And due to Mrs. Kennedy's reputation, thank you guys for the community support as well, too. We were able to raise the 13 EB-5 investors. This project is a rural project, and so we had to expand from 13 EB-5 investors to now 22. We have 16 EB-5 investors now, so we only have so many spots left. But this project is in Granbury, Texas. So if anyone's familiar with the Dallas area, we've seen a lot of growth in the Dallas area in that market. And so we're building 42 single-family homes in Granbury in Pecan Plantation. So just to give you a little background of Pecan Plantation, it's an air park, which means that there's twin-engine airplanes that will like land into the community and then also take off. So pilot enthusiasts love it. It has 2 golf courses, 8 tennis courts, a country club. So it's a very atypical rural project, and we already started construction on the first 4 homes, and we're set to complete them in November right now. So we've made a lot of progress when we first started, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. That's a lot more of information. And EB-5 is definitely not for everyone, as the minimum investment is going to be $800,000. But as Matt said, the myth around it is when I invest this money, is it going to be paid towards my green card? That's not correct. And it's an investment. And all that I would ask our community is to educate yourself. See, I'm not generalizing it over here. Na generalize pannala, but ana nariya mata communities odiyum pannittu irukom, associate pannittu irukumbodhu, the one thing I always wonder is, are we lacking behind just with an assumption EB5 is a risk that is involved? That's totally correct, because the program itself says that it should be in a place not to be deposited as a CD or somewhere else which is very secured. The investments should be at a place where it has to be associated with the risk involved. But at the same time, your due diligence matters and how you're using it, because 97% approvals are on the EB5 visas, which is the only current availability of the visa numbers for the children who are born in India or some other country, and then who are aging out. There are many limitations that is associated with it, and the struggle is real. So all that at this time, considering the time and respecting all of you, the only thing is educate yourself. If somebody is in need of it, we can always talk in detail, and our, our team as well is there to explore the options and then educate yourself on that. As always, உங்க எல்லாரையும் பார்க்கறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். மனமார்ந்த நன்றி. Thank you.
Thank you.